So with that, we'll move to our uncontested state Democratic candidates. I would like to present to you State Senate candidate from District 32, Christine Triebsch, and State Senate candidate from District 37, Andy Clark. Our candidates will speak first by giving an open statement that will be 3 minutes. Ms. Triebsch, you have the first option.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman Owens, and thank you, Cobb County Democratic Party, for putting on this forum. My name is Christine Triebsch, and I'm a common sense, compassionate Democrat. I'm running for State Senate District 32, which is in East Cobb and a portion of Sandy Springs. Last year, I was in a special election. I received 43% of the vote. This year, I predict I'm going to receive 50% plus one. I have lived in Cobb County for 21 years. I'm a family law attorney, and I have 2 children, Ethan and Stella. Ethan is finishing his freshman year at the University of Missouri in Columbia, Missouri, and Stella is finishing her freshman year at Pope High School. I am married to Kevin, and Kevin has been a Cobb County school teacher for 22 years. I never imagined that I would run for office until November 8th, 2016. That was my motivation, and so here I am. I decided to get off the sidelines and get into the game. Briefly, some of my issues are, number 1, all Georgians should have access to quality, affordable health care. We should also expand Medicaid. Improving the quality of life for everyone is the right thing to do. Number 2, we need to fully fund our public education. It is very important. Investing in our children is an investment in our future. And on the subject of education, school safety is critically important, but we should never arm our teachers. They are only there to teach. Number 3, an important issue is gerrymandering. Let's eliminate gerrymandered districts. Gerrymandering dilutes the vote, and it dilutes our democracy, and it benefits one party over the other, and that's not right. Some other issues that are important to me: civil rights and civil liberties, immigration, environmental issues, confidence in our voting system, and guns. I humbly ask for your support and your vote in November. You can reach me at Christine for Georgia, ChristineForga.com. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Triebsch. And now, candidate for Senate District 37, Andy Clark, would you please give us your opening statement?
Thank you, Michael, and thank you to the Cobb Democrats for hosting this event. My name is Andy Clark. I'm the Democratic candidate for State Senate in District 37. That's Kennesaw, Ackworth, all of West Cobb County that is north of Macklin Road. I'm the first Democrat to run for this seat in 20 years. I'm an appeals attorney. My practice in the Georgia Court of Appeals and the Georgia Supreme Court involves a lot of cleaning up what the Georgia legislature has made a mess of. In doing that, I've learned a lot about how laws get made in Georgia. And frankly, under Republican leadership in recent years, Georgia hasn't done that badly. Governor Deal and Governor Perdue wanted jobs for this state. And in order to get jobs for this state, they were willing to put a lid on the more extreme forces in their party. But I think the Republican leadership in this state is changing. We saw that earlier this year when Casey Cagle punished Delta for taking away an NRA discount that had only ever been used by 13 people. I don't like the way Republican leadership is going in this state. Important issues for me include Medicaid expansion. I think when I look at the things that Governor Deal has done, I respect him for example, vetoing the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, an anti-gay marriage bill. But Medicaid expansion would be a simple way for Georgia to vastly increase the number of people insured. The universal background checks for guns is another very popular issue that Georgia ought to get behind. Other important issues to me, I'd like to see an expansion of the availability of parental leave when families have medical issues or when a woman has a child. I'd like to see a mandatory 8 weeks parental leave or other kind of health leave available. I have an event coming up I'd like to invite everyone to. It's on Tuesday of next week, May 15. Find out about it on my website, clarkfordgeorgia.us, and I'd like to meet you then.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Clark. And last candidate for State Senate 14, Rachel Kinsey.
Thank you very much. First, I want to apologize for being tardy. I came from Woodstock, and we all know traffic around here. I had a little bit of traffic, so I do apologize. And I'm sorry, Andy, if I threw you off by sneaking up here. Right. My name is Rachel Kinsey, and I am running for State Senate District 14, which is going to be Cherokee County. Bruce Thompson is the person I am running against. I have a very clear platform. Education is number one in my book. Just like the other senator candidate here, it is so important to fully fund our public schools. Not only fully fund the public schools, but give the teachers the support that they need by making sure they have enough parapros in the classrooms as well. On top of education, healthcare is very important for me. My family and I are small business owners. We have employees that we need to provide benefits for. It's a struggle, and I know many of my constituents have the same problem. There's no clear, easy way to get good quality, affordable health care right now. That is very important for me as well. I am a mother. I have 2 children. One is in the public school system. She's going to be an 8th grader. And then I have a 3-year-old. And I can just tell the education has changed dramatically since I went through school with the amount of testing, and the teachers really don't have the tools they need to properly teach these children these days. Other issues that are very important to me is environmental issues as well, and job creation. Up in Cherokee County, we are very, very behind in the amount of jobs that are to be added monthly. We have a government now in Georgia that is not bringing in the kind of jobs we need. And when people decide to make a stand, they want to make a stand as well and say, I'm sorry, we're going to cut credits for you so you can't stay here. Amazon is still not thinking of coming. So we really need to work together across the aisle and bring jobs, bring good quality health care, and really get education going, because that is what the freedom is education, so children have the freedom to be able to grow and develop. That's it.
Thank you, Ms. Kinsey. I appreciate that. I think we do have time for one question for each of you. If you could, please keep your answers to 1 minute. So, and that question is, what is the largest challenge you see facing your district today, and what will you do as a legislator to try to affect that?
I'll go, Mr. Owens. Well, the incumbent, Dr. Kirkpatrick, she voted against the transit bill. So I think that if I were in the Georgia Assembly, I would have voted for it. I think traffic is regional. The regional traffic issue needs to be addressed, and to suggest that East Cobb doesn't have that problem or we don't need additional transit is not true. So I think that's going to be an uphill battle, but truly I believe that we need that transit.
Thank you. Mr. Clark, same question.
I think there's no issue facing Georgia or District 37 more important than health care, and Medicaid expansion, again, is by far the easiest solution that we could take to improve health care here. I saw recently there's 30,000 people in Cobb County would gain health insurance if Georgia started accepting federal Medicaid expansion. And that's federal money that's going to other states like California and New York that have accepted those federal dollars. Our tax dollars are going elsewhere, and we're just not taking that money back. So we need to start doing that right away.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. And Ms. Kinsey, same question.
For my district, education and economic development are the biggest issues facing us right now. Economic development is bringing in the jobs, But when the jobs are there, getting the employers to provide the quality benefits that are needed and a fair, livable wage to be paid as well. Agriculture is a big part of Cherokee County, more so than in Cobb County, and we need to make sure that immigration, the laws are fair, that they're there, the livable wage is there, the quality benefits are there, but the educational opportunities are there as well.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you for running. Thank you for stepping up to into public service. Congratulations and good luck to all of you on May 22nd.
Thank you.
At this point in time, we would like to move forward. Applause is in nature. That's fine. I think that's well deserved.